Hi, everyone. Welcome to our discussion.
It's not on yet. It's not on yet.
It's saying live on mine.
It's live now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our discussion, experiencing economy. Sorry, Praveen, Restaurant, and myself will discuss the concept of experiencing economy. We will explore some examples, and we will give you the latest research on this topic. First, the concept for experience economic is considered to be the main underpinning for the customer's experience management. Although the concept of experiencing economy was born into the business field, it had crossed into the frontiers and tourism, agricultural, nursing, urban planners, and other fields. Experiencing economy can be understood as the productions, distributions, and consumptions of experiencing based products in new and traditional business context. According to Joseph Pine II and James H. Gilmore, they argue that the business must put together a memorable events for their customers, and that the memory itself becomes the product. 5 economic concepts consumers need to know. The first one is scarcity. It's the most basic concept in consumers, and most of the solid facts that is abstract. Supplies and demands. Market systems is driven by supplies and demands. The third one is cost and benefits. This concept of cost and benefits compassed by the large areas of economics that has to do with ratio expectations and ratio choices. Everything in the incentive is the fourth one. Are part of the costs and benefits and ratio expectations, but they are so important that they need a little bit more examinations. Incentives make the world go around, but sometimes it makes it wrong. The fifth one is like putting it all together. The choices that has to be made, their decisions by the costs and the benefits that impact the choices, leaded by the market system through the supplies and demands. Now Parveen will present some of the examples.
Hi. As Jackie said, I'll be presenting some of the examples of experience economy. One of the retailers that stands out the most, who already borders on experiential economy, is a store called Sharper Image, or Brookstone, it might be known as. When you walk into those stores, you get to experience sound equipment, stereo equipment. You also get to sit in the recliners, which has massaging components, and that leave you without paying, although you do get to experience. This is a perfect example of what an experience economy is. It stages a much better experience to attract paying customers, so you get to experience or try the product before actually purchasing the product. Some other stores or examples of experience economy would be Nike Town. Nike is almost in the experience business. You get the look, the feel, and the experience of what Nike has to offer in Nike Town. Excuse me. There is no charge for Nike Town. One of the things that is in question is that an experience that people would want to pay? One of the stores that stands out within Nike Town is the experience that you have on Chicago's Michigan Avenue. It's one of the largest that Nike has to offer, and allows individuals to play basketball in a mini-sized court and experience what it is to be a part of the Nike culture. Another example of an experience economy would be Disney. Disney is an amusement park that generates significant profit from various things, but predominantly it is experience that it provides to children as well as adults. Within that, you experience things like movies, cartoons that you might have visited or watched or visited, and it gives you a holistic experience within the Disney culture. Another item that is involved in experience economy would be memorabilia. So one of the things that Disney has really cornered the market on is generating byproduct from not only the Disney store, Disney movies, but the Disney amusement parks. So there's a significant amount of profit that is paid or made through parking, food, and other service fees that are accumulated within the theme parks from a sale of memorabilia. Another store that has really been a forefront of experience economy would be the Rainforest Cafe, as well as Planet Hollywood. You get to experience what it is to be in the wild at Rainforest Cafe. You also get to experience Planet Hollywood. You see all the nostalgic pieces of various movies within Hollywood. Again, that is something that is through experience economy. One thing that you do have to keep in mind is that they do have to continue to reinvent themselves. So in recent years, Rainforest Cafe as well as Planet Hollywood have incurred quite a bit of trouble because they fail to refresh their experience. So once or twice, maybe 3 times, people go and experience the same thing. Well, they continue to pay for those experiences. In the case in point of Disney and other amusement parks, they continue to revamp. One of the experiences is Universal Studios. Not only are they also an amusement park based on experience economy and memorabilia, but they continue to build out new experiences. For example, the Harry Potter world with the Wizarding World. So that is an example of a way that they continue to expand the experience for consumers. Now, this route will lead into research done on experience economy. Visrat, you're on mute.
Hello, guys. Sorry about that. So I'm sorry about, I was mute. So what I was saying is the experience economy strategies was adding some small rural businesses was one of the articles that I came on here. The study was done at Iowa State University, which were some of the professors had done. And one of the experience economy approaches was the 4E strategies. The 4E strategies are educational experience, aesthetic experience, entertainment experience, and a skeptic experience. So these four E's are the groups that they use to help with the small business experience, whether it was to help understanding with the educational or the aesthetic while showing a sensory rich environment. And then the entertainment was to allow customers to draw in the customers through either some spectacle or tourism aspects to kind of bring them in. And then the skeptic experience was a consumer that is a little bit more active and is actively participant in the event. So those were the 4 E's. And then another journal that I came across that was through the Washington Post basically touched on what retailers are doing currently. So for example, how retailers are selling the experience of their goods, whether they're doing cooking classes, rock climbing walls at an REI, golf swing simulators at Dick's Sporting Goods. That's all part of the experience economy. And so companies are starting to develop ideas to bring in customers so they can start selling their product, but it's all about that experience for them when it comes to selling their product and who they are, what they stand for. But then the thought in this article was what that Pine even introduced was to think more retailers should find a way to charge the experience as well. For instance, REI is now charging people to climb on their rock climbing wall for any non-member. So those are some things that I found along in the articles when it came to experience economy. And so that's all that we have to share. So I hope you guys saw a lot, and we hope you have some great discussions with our topic here.